Hi superstars! Today I'll be showing you how to add sugar to plantain chips. For this plantain chips, we'll be using unripe plantain. First, you separate the plantain from the bunch. Then, my superstars, you go ahead to peel the plantain. It's okay to peel the plantain before washing it since it's unripe, but if it were ripe, you would wash the peel first before peeling it. I had done a full video on how to make ripe plantain chips. Please go check it out, my superstars. In the meantime, since it's unripe, we're going to go ahead and peel it before washing it. So now I'm peeling my plantain. This plantain chips is perfect for people who are craving for ripe plantain or sweet plantain but don't have ripe plantain to make ripe plantain chips. And if your customers are in need of ripe plantain or tend to complain that your plantain chips is not sweet, then you can add a little bit of sugar to make it sweet. We're done peeling the plantain. Now we are washing it. We're trying to remove bits of plantain peels that were left on the plantain. The active ingredient used in making our plantain chips sweet is granulated sugar. So you're going to measure about a quarter cup of granulated sugar into a bowl or plate, then add about half cup of water to it and stir it. Stir it, my superstars, till it is completely dissolved in the water. Then you set it aside for use later. Next, you place your pan on fire, then add any vegetable oil of your choice. Next, you add salt, a pinch of salt into the oil and stir it. Stir it so that the salt dissolves to a large extent in the oil. The reason for adding salt to the oil is to add taste to the plantain chips. This makes the plantain chips taste delicious after frying. Before now, your plantain chips would have dried completely. When the oil is hot in the fry pan, you can start dicing your plantain into the oil. Make sure you are careful, my superstars, so it doesn't splash on you. That's why I suggest you ensure that the plantain chips is dry and has no droplet of water, because if there's droplet of water when you're dicing it, it splashes on you. So ensure it is dry when you are dicing. Okay, next you spread it evenly into the pan. You spread the plantain chips evenly into the pan to allow it into the oil. Before we continue, my superstars, please take a second to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. Thank you. We are going to allow the plantain chips to keep frying in the oil. Don't rush the process, my superstars. Allow it fry very well so you'll have a good plantain chips at the end of the day. You have to ensure you keep turning it from time to time so that every part of the plantain chips is well fried in your oil. One of the reasons most plantain chips get soft after it is fried is because it was not well fried in the oil. Some parts were fried while some parts were not fried. And by the time you remove it from the oil and keep it for a few hours, you realize that it gets soft. And you'll be wondering what happened. It's because it was not well fried in the oil. So my superstars, be patient, allow it fry in the oil at medium heat, not excessively high heat. If the heat is too high, it will get burnt without being well fried. So you need to ensure that it fries at medium heat. When you start seeing traces of brownishness on the plantain, you can then grab your bowl of dissolved granulated sugar and stir it, then drop a spoon in your hot oil. You drop just a spoon of your dissolved granulated sugar in the pan and stir it. Stir it so it mixes evenly into the oil. Allow it fry for a while and you keep stirring so the sugar mixes evenly into the oil and has its effect on the plantain. While mixing, it starts sweetening the plantain chips. The reason you keep stirring after adding the sugar is because if you don't stir, it will stick together. The plantain chips will start sticking to each other. So once you drop it, you spread the sugar around the pan. You don't drop it on one spot. You spread it. Then you immediately start stirring it. After a short interval, you drop another spoonful into the oil and then you keep stirring it so the plantain chips do not stick together. In the meantime, my superstars, have you tried adding pepper to plantain chips to have peppered plantain chips? And have you ever tested ginger flavored plantain chips or garlic flavored plantain chips? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you love me to do a video on how to add pepper to plantain chips and how to add ginger and garlic to plantain chips? If you would love me to do a video on it, please write it in the comment section. At this time, you can see that our plantain chips is almost ready. It's beginning to look brownish in color and it was beginning to turn crispy. The reason we had to fry it in the oil for a long period of time after adding the dissolved granulated sugar was to ensure that there's no water in the oil, that the water was completely dried up, so our plantain chips will retain its crispiness after it is removed from the oil. You need to be patient and fry it till it is completely crunchy. At this point, you can test the plantain chips. If it is sweet enough, then you can stop adding the sugar. But if it has not reached your desired sweetness, you can add another teaspoon and keep stirring in the oil. But right now, it looks good, my superstars. The taste is heavenly. So we're going to go ahead and remove our plantain chips from the oil. At this point, we are done draining all our plantain chips from the hot oil. And my superstars, look at our final plantain chips, what it looks like. Look at that. It is super crunchy, my superstars. Very, very crunchy. My superstars, this is delicious and very crunchy. Try it out and let me know how it goes. Love you, superstars. Bye.